Alright, we're back with part 2 for American Nightmare here. We're right where we left off. Our telescope from the observatory is overheating, so we have to release the coolant valves. But yeah, this game's actually longer than I originally remembered. I thought we were just kind of getting through the locations kind of quick, but I forgot that you visit each location multiple times. So there's more to it than what I was originally thinking. It's been a while since I played it, but we're ready to jump back in here. We're going to be listening to all the manuscripts in this location at a certain point as well, probably after we release all the coolant valves. Okay, we're just going to move on here.
Valves. It doesn't matter what order you do it in.
I like the sound of that. Wonder if we're going to get attacked by more spiders. Just like a vulture or something. Yeah, man. Seeing the ragdoll makes me miss the ragdoll in the remastered version. Since it's been a while since I've seen it, I didn't really notice too much, but now that I'm seeing it, it's crazy that they never fixed that. I think it was a third-party developer that made the remastered, or at least ported it and touched it up. So I don't think it was Remedy directly, but you would think that Remedy would care about something like that, but I mean, it doesn't break the game in any capacity, so guess they just didn't think it was too big of a deal. Here we go, here's some handgun ammo. I feel like we gotta get attacked soon here.
Okay, that should do it.
I think we heard about these guys. Oh no, never mind. I thought it was the ones that could transform into the birds. It's just they're more possessed objects. Surprised it can actually exist that far down the hill. You think it would just automatically get destroyed. Alright, let's just get out of here. It's not going to be able to make its way back up. Wait, when did that spotlight break? First I thought more items were gonna get possessed. Hopefully that doesn't prevent me from just leaving the area. Oh, okay, good. I wasn't sure if I had to defeat that. Dude, this Magnum, man. Thing's nuts. Alright, she should be good to go now.
I released all the valves, Doctor! Is it working?
Just bear with me a moment. Yes, I believe you've got it sorted. It's working again. Nicely done. That sounds like trouble. I don't think they're happy with our success.
No, it appears they are not.
Look out, they found a way in.
Jeez, she said that so nonchalantly. She's not even worried.
Hold on a little longer. I've almost got it isolated.
That's all of them. Sandwiched in between them. Oh, did she get him?
Are you
Oh,
all
nice.
right? That was intense. I'm sighted in now. I still have no idea what I'm looking at, but it's very strange indeed. Oh, where are my manners? Please, come on up. I'm sorry, I was distracted.
Alright, let's head up. Yeah, I think as you repeat areas, I think they send more and more deadlier enemies after you. So we're just mowing them down right now. Maybe I should have just played it on Nightmare.
Are we receiving the signal now?
Oh yes, it's coming in loud and clear. It's amazing. I'm not sure what it is yet, let alone where it's coming from, but it's interacting with our system somehow. Like it was intended for us. But I don't understand how that could be.
Maybe that's just how the story goes.
What?
Never mind. Is there a way I can hear it? Or however this is supposed to work?
I think the signal is incomplete somehow, but you should be getting a printout of it now.
What do you mean it's incomplete?
It's almost as if we're only getting a fragment of it.
I need the whole thing. This is important.
I'm sure it is, but this is all we're getting.
Did the man who looks like me get the whole thing?
He locked me out of the booth, so I have no way of knowing. But I can tell you that he didn't really seem to understand it.
So, what's in the sky?
It doesn't make any sense. The stars are just... they're wrong. I thought I'd be able to see something, but it's like I'm looking at a sky that's just... it's not the right sky. But that's impossible.
I consider myself a rational man, Doctor. But this isn't a thing you can measure or explain. I've seen impossible things that have taught me just to roll with some punches. It's either that, or go insane.
I find it disturbing that you sound like you're speaking from ample experience.
She has no idea. Let's grab this signal page, wherever it is. Oh, is it right here?
A printout of a signal. It too is a weapon created by the Champion of Light. In its words, stirs a new reality. But it is incomplete, and yet it provides a roadmap for the man to follow, a course that will lead him to a place where he may confront his enemy. The drive-in. Once the site of lurid celluloid fantasies, it's now the site of an art exhibition. And yet, it's the search for closure rather than culture that brings the Champion of Light here.
Alright, so we actually finished the observatory first visit. Now we're in the drive-in. So I guess now would be a good time to listen to our manuscript pages for the observatory. 16 of them in total.
As a storyteller, my first real love was crime. And it was in that genre that I finished my first novel, starring the perpetually miserable Alex Casey, whose entire life was a wound that never healed. The books sold as fast as they hit the shelves. I wrote 5 more Alex Casey books, and they all were bestsellers. I became rich. I became famous. Success brought pressure, and I didn't handle it very well.
I think that's interesting about Alex Casey's. I think he's actually one of the characters in the second game, so I think he somehow writes him into existence. So I'm really curious to see that, because he's basically just Max Payne, so that should be pretty awesome to see.
The pressure of success got to me. My wife Alice was the sole thing in my life that anchored me. Suddenly it wasn't enough. I couldn't write anymore. I distracted myself with wild parties and whatever trouble I could scare up. I wallowed in the drama of my life, sure that Alice would stick with me even though she didn't sign up to be the lifeline of a tortured artist. It was my dumb luck she's not the type to give up. I've seen the enemy, and it's me. I've faced dark horrors before, things that live in the unimaginable pressures of the world beyond our own. Sometimes they masquerade as humans. That's what ultimately lurks inside Mr. He's every mean-spirited tabloid story about me, an evil caricature, a creature formed in that vague territory of misconceptions, half-truths, and the dark imagination of people who heard a story about me. An urban legend made flesh. A serial killer. My dark half. Brought to life by the power of Cauldron Lake.
Yep, and Thomas Zane kind of knows that, so I'm really hoping we learn more about that.
I've carried a flashlight and a gun for so long that I feel naked without either. It's all too often that I need them. The darkness protects the taken. Shadows crawl over their forms like living things, protecting them from harm. Blows that would injure or kill a human outright mean nothing to them as long as the darkness persists. But light makes them vulnerable. Light burns the shadows away. The darkness that drives them is still in them, but now they're vulnerable. Flashlight and gun. Sometimes it feels they're all I have left. The spiders aren't really the work of the enemy. They're a side effect. A part of the dark place's less significant fauna that has managed to slip through the opening I made when I arrived. Less an animal than an idea that has assumed the form of an animal. Makes them no less dangerous, but at least they're a little easier to deal with. The darkness doesn't protect them like the Taken, and thus they can be destroyed by either light or bullets right away.
Oh, I didn't even realize we could shoot them. I was just burning them away.
The atmosphere in the projection booth at the drive-in was charged. Almost unreal. Despite that, the air felt cool and refreshing this late at night. It'd been a hot day. The summer was nearing its end, but it wasn't over yet.
This one actually references the drive-in.
The darkness rose from the depths of Cauldron Lake and took Alice. It needed words. It needed me to write its way into our world. She was leverage, a hostage. I complied, but with a twist. I put in a loophole that gave me a chance to fight back. I was hunted by shadowy enemies, but I faced the darkness. I fought it with light. I drove it back. I saved Alice, but it came with a cost. I was trapped in the dark place below Cauldron Lake.
So that's just like a brief description of what the first game was about?
After my disappearance, they thought I was dead. I might as well have been. I know it's been 2 years. I know Alice has moved on. I've tried to find a way back to her, back to my life, but escaping the dark place is almost impossible. Time does strange things here, but dreams and radio signals can pierce the veil between the worlds. I catch glimpses and echoes of the world. Sometimes I send messages out. I can only pray that they hear them.
Okay, so that confirms what I thought in part 1, where we were listening to the radios, so he can listen to radio signals even in the dark place. It's good to know. Yeah, I forgot like a ton of this stuff because it's been so long, but glad we're replaying them. These are really fun games.
Stories come naturally to us. We can't help it. There are many different worlds, many competing realities within our heads, fueled by books, television, even barely remembered childhood tales. There's an endless supply of fictional concepts more familiar to us than anything or anyone real. We have a far greater connection to the fictional characters we know and love than the random people we pass on the street. Our destinies and inspirations are shaped by lies, myths, and fables.
This game's just so well written, man. Let's move the page down here.
There are places where our world is worn thin and another reality brushes against ours. One such site is Cauldron Lake near Bright Falls, Washington. But there are others. That other reality is dark, vast, and malleable, always in flux. In its depths dwell vast forces and alien energies. They're dangerous. But in one of these places, if you know how, you can channel the power of that place and use it to shape reality.
That place of power. I think Control goes a lot more into these. Control is actually a really important game for the context of the Remedy connected universe. So, I mean, I know we're not going to be playing through that right now, but I definitely recommend that game. That game's really fun. And the story, again, is just really crazy.
The Taken may well be the tool the darkness favors over any other. At some point, they used to be human, but whatever humanity they once had is long gone. Now they're just shells covered and filled by darkness. The Taken Mr. throws at me are more grotesque and varied than the ones I first encountered in Bright Falls. But I know how to deal with them. I'd be lying if I said they don't frighten me. But I've survived worse. I can't let them stop me. When Dr. Rachel Meadows got the call from Michael, telling her to hurry to the observatory, she didn't waste any time. It had been a nice party. She'd had a good time, but her social life would always play second fiddle to the mysteries of space. Michael never showed up, of course. He pulled over at the wrong rest stop. She never even thought about him at the time. The phenomenon in the sky above her was too fascinating.
Alright, so we kind of just dealt with that. New realities. I wonder if these are the ones that you pick up later in the game. But I guess we can just listen to them.
The film noir poster reminded me of Alex Casey, the detective's cool exterior never cracking even with the gun pointed in his face. In the back room, all the lights had been turned off, except for the lone spotlight which illuminated the bright red fire extinguisher on the wall.
Interesting. I wonder if he started writing Alex Casey into existence like around this time.
This act of creation is exhilarating and frightening. Subtext and symbols loom eager to take effect. Causality and consequence become domino chains that stretch into infinity. The more fundamental the change, the more unpredictable the variables become. Reality is too complex to control completely. Ordinary questions become meaningless. Who created who? What is really real? Everything is as real as everything else. You learn to let go of the things you can't control and go with the flow, or go insane.
Well, he almost went insane in the last game.
The man before Dr. Meadows was handsome and slick. He moved with lazy confidence and didn't bother to pretend that he wasn't staring at her. She didn't mind, at first. Then the man flicked open the knife and shoved her out of the control room so she wouldn't hear the signal, whatever it was. Outside, she pulled her lab coat closed and thought about running. She didn't. She didn't think she'd get very far. Not from him. She never was entirely sure why he spared her.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting, considering she's pretty important to figuring out how to stop him as well. So let's see what we got. No, I remember this lady. I actually might skip the last manuscript in that list because kind of spoilery.
Oh, it's you. That's fantastic.
Are you okay?
Go away. No, I want you. But you'll get angry if you're here. So, you gotta go. You know I'll do what you want.
Okay.
I love you so much. Did you know that love hurts? Are you gonna hurt me now? 'Cause you should.
Lady, you got darkness on the brain. I think I can help you if I can get the lights on in here.
You can't turn the power back on. It's not allowed. You said.
So, where shouldn't I go so I don't turn the power back on, accidentally?
It's the big building on the other side of the drive-in, but it's locked.
Where's the key? Just so that I know to avoid it.
It's on the wall next to the cash register. But you can't. You can't. Don't be bad.
Hey, no problem. I'm just gonna go do some other stuff. Scout's honor. Just try to stay calm. I've seen this kind of thing before. I think you're gonna be okay.
Why is it so hard to think?
You've been touched by darkness. I'm hoping it's not permanent.
Remember when you were here before, and you kissed me? And then everything got all dark? That was the best.
Listen, this is very important. Where did I go? Can you tell me that?
Baby, you don't need to go anywhere. You're here now, and you're in my head. You should be in me. You should touch me again.
Not with a 10-foot pole, lady. Hey, Just in case there's a part of you in there that's freaking out right now, it's not your fault. I promise I'll do what I can to help you, okay?
I don't... Please go away.
Don't sweat it. I'm just saying that in case you really need to hear it, I've been there.
I think there are spiders in my eyes. I think you put them in me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go now.
So yeah, Mr. Scratch really did a number on her. She's really flirty with us. Kind of aggressively so. She's our next radio station.
And we're back with Old Gods of Asgard and their manager, Barry Wheeler. Guys, you're on your comeback tour, and you're playing a lot of your classic material, but you've also got a new single out, right? How'd that come about? Was it hard to go back into the studio after such a long time?
Are you kidding me? They were chomping at the bit. They were just itching to stretch those creative muscles. Now, it had been a while because, you know, they spent a lot of time in,
Retirement. We were retired.
We were?
Yeah.
No. We were at the lodge, and we escaped.
We were at the retirement,
retirement thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, really, once we got in the studio, things started happening. Now, the music has changed a little bit, and the boys were a little rusty, so it took us a while to find the right gear. But hey, once we got going, whoo, boy, they kicked ass. And it's an awesome song. It's called Balance Slays the Demon, and seriously, I think it's their finest work. And hey, I should know, I produced it.
Oh, really? I didn't know you were a producer.
Well, this was my first time. I mean, they needed a little bit of guidance, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, these guys are the best. But it's the 21st century, man. Things just sound a little different these days. So, you know, I kind of stepped in there, helped them make it sound all cool, kind of jazzed it up.
That sounds like a challenge.
Oh, no, it was really easy, man. I was just, you know, like, hey, give it a little zing, you know? Let's take it to another level so it really rips. You know, let's just throw some really sweet synths in. Like that, you know, just kicked it up a notch. But it's totally Old Gods.
Well, listeners, you can judge for yourselves. Here's Old Gods of Asgard and Balance Slays the Demon.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're not gonna stay here and listen to... God damn, that's loud. Let's grab the keys here. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a copyrighted song, so I guess before it gets started, let's get out of here.
The man has encountered this
And I can still
before.
hear it, though.
People whose integrity has been suborned by the insidious touch of the darkness. He has experienced it himself, but merciful light burned away the darkness in his brain.
Not good.
I just love how Alan just is fully accepted into this predicament now. Just has catchphrases and stuff. No. I don't want the sawed off. Well, I guess not really catchphrases, but he has, like, quips. Let's see what's up here really quick. But yeah, that last manuscript for the drive-in area, or for the observatory, it actually spoils the end of the game, pretty much. So I might not include that one because... I mean, we might just never listen to that one, simply because it literally explains the end of the game. I think it's one of the ones that you can really only pick up once you finish the game. 'Cause that's what I thought I remembered the new reality manuscripts being that way. Holy, what the hell, there's a lot of them. Whoa. I was gonna say, why is he looking over his shoulder? I wonder if this can shoot through. Yes, it can. There's 2 in 1 there.
Oh, look! Mr. Hero's here! You ready to save the day?
there's Mr. Scratch sending the darkness after us. Alright, before I go to our objective, I don't think I can go in here yet, but we're gonna find out. Nah, this is still locked. Is there anywhere to get ammo? Here's our next TV. And he really loves himself, and he loves what he does. What's that one noise? Wait, how am I supposed to get? Oh, okay, there we go. See the stairs over there?
You are gonna shit yourself when you realize what I have done.
Shut up!
Oh, I just saw the ammo symbol up there, damn it. Oh well, we still have our sniper rifle here. Let's see what gun's in this one. Oh, an assault rifle? Do I want this over the sniper, though? I think I might just keep the sniper. Now, here's where we need to be. Do I actually have to go around this way? That looked like the character model for that one guy that was in Dr. Hartman's like mental hospital. Guy that jumps over the couch and lunges at you.
Okay, I should be able to figure this out.
There we go. don't think they get electrocuted in this one. Oh, but I do. Oh, okay, I didn't notice that they were arcing across. Is this really the right way out? Yeah, I guess that works.
You have no idea how badly you're screwed. It's gonna be a blast to watch you find out.
Don't worry, we don't have to get hit by one of those. They go down pretty quick. Mr. Scratch is gonna keep taunting us the whole time. I think we have to go all the way back by that drive-in theater. Well, the entrance to it. He's throwing darkness bombs. Great, we just get to look at his face now. Yeah, I think this is the only downside to the Magnum, is how little ammo it has. Can I go into the projector room yet? No, I think we end up getting a code for it. Alright, let's head up the hill here. It's not possessed, is it? Okay, good. Is that all? No, here's another guy. I was gonna say, usually it goes into slow motion. Alright, I think we made it. Oh, she's still freaking out.
It's so nice in the dark. No, don't! Oh, it's not. It's you. Did you help me?
Looks like you're feeling better now.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. I don't know what happened. There was this guy.
Before you say anything, I know I look like him, but I'm not.
Don't worry. You just don't feel anything like he does. He was in my head. I feel like I need to take 50 showers.
Where is he?
That asshole wanted to get into the projector booth. He was talking about fixing things so the sun never comes up. God, it didn't seem that weird when he was saying it. It sounded really good at the time.
You weren't yourself. The projector booth. That sounds about right. I need to get in there.
I have the access code for the door. Here.
Thanks.
I'm just glad you showed up now. He said he'd be back after he'd arranged for some security.
Do you feel up to telling me what's going on here?
We have an art exhibition here, supposed to open tomorrow. I'm the curator. My name's Serena Valdivia.
Alan Wake.
Holy shit, it is you. I've seen you on the big screen. I know your wife.
You know Alice? Wait. Big screen.
Yeah, we have a film from her here. What the hell happened to you?
Getting back to Alice.
Oh, God, yeah, sorry. it's quite a coincidence that you're here. She made this short film. I mean, she shot it years ago. You're in it. It's a part of the exhibition.
I'm in a film?
Yeah, it's like... I mean, it's just footage she shot of you at some point, but she turned it into this thing. It's almost like a memorial of sorts, because, you know, you're supposed to be dead, or something.
Uh-huh. How's Alice? Is she all right?
She's okay, I guess, all things considered. I know her pretty well. You're really Alan? I can't believe you're here. Nobody knows what happened to you. But there are people who say they've seen you.
That wasn't me. He just looks the same. Like, you know.
Yeah, but that guy's a lot more slimy. The thought of him makes me... I hate him, but there's something about him, God, he's so creepy. Anyway, you're not like him. At all. I hope you can stop him.
Alright, so I think he is breaching out into reality, but he can't stay because he's still in a battle with Mr. Scratch. Very confusing. Alright, let's get to this projector booth now that we have the code.
That's the security
Couldn't
system?
have been easy.
I guess it was too much to hope for an alarm and a fast rescue.
I wonder if we get more flare gun ammo on the return to other areas, because this would be a perfect time to use it. We could also use flashbangs, I suppose. There's one. Just got one more to go here. These things don't take that long to destroy, I guess. Alright, looks like we're clear.
The Champion of Light can feel the fragment of the signal in his pocket, the weapon that can change what will be. It's incomplete, but it's all he has.
Okay, I think I'm starting to remember how this works then. We have to complete the signal in order to actually finish this. Alright, looks like that's in place. Is there a clock somewhere?
Oh, hell, this isn't going right. You've been up to something, haven't you? Too bad it's not gonna do any good. I'm a better you than you ever will be, and I've got all the time in the world. Everything you've got's going to be mine. Your life. Your wife! What are you gonna do about it? The sun's never coming up now. I can keep this up forever! Show yourself! Whatever you say, buddy!
The rush of darkness is unstoppable. Time itself twists and tears, sweeping the champion of light back with its dark currents. Again, he enters the world, but now he sees the trap for what it is, a maze that loops back into itself.
I'm here again. He sent me back.
And there we have it. That is the loop. We just gotta keep figuring out how to break it. Now I remember, I completely forgot that you actually keep going through the same scenarios. But we have future knowledge now, so maybe we can do something different. Uh-oh. There's spider webs in the canyon this time.
Oh, not birds again. What?
I don't want to deal with them either.
Hell.
Yeah, I remember these assholes. Now, if we actually had the stuff we needed, we could just solve the puzzle right here, but we actually gotta go speak to Emma, because she's alive again. Alright, come on, guy. Thank God we have the Magnum. I'm probably gonna save the drive-in manuscripts until we're on the final visit for the drive-in. So that way we'll have most of the stuff fleshed out by then. Now, do these have the same weapons in it? Yeah, okay.
Emma? You here?
Oh, she's not working on the car this time.
Wow, it is you. I guess all of it really happened.
You remember me?
Kind of. I felt weird all day, like I could almost remember a dream I had, and then, just before sunset, I remembered the page.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go get those things again.
Not all of them. I went out and got them. Well, most of them. I felt stupid at first, but then it was getting dark, and those things started showing up, and one of them made off with the battery. It ran into the railroad tunnel. There was no way I was gonna follow him in there. Sorry.
It's good you didn't. You should be careful. I mean, really careful.
Yeah, I kinda remember something. Something bad happened to me, didn't it?
Forget it. It doesn't have to happen again, okay? Just do what I say.
Yeah, okay. God, this is too weird. Am I going crazy here? Just go get that battery.
Try to stay calm. You're perfectly sane. We're caught in a time loop. That's why this is happening again.
I believe you. God, I feel like I might just lose it any second now. How come you're not freaking out over this?
Because on my personal weird shit-o-meter, this just doesn't rate.
Look, I know something happened to me before...
You're gonna be okay, if you just keep cool, okay? Thanks for getting this stuff for me. It's a big help.
I hope so. Are you gonna make everything blow up at the oil field again?
I have to.
Well, whatever the hell else you might be, at least you're not boring.
Right, so everybody has awareness of the loop.
That'll save time.
I think the radio station and TVs have new stuff on them too.
Okay, people, it's Eddie Rodman here with a few hours to kill, and there's nobody I'd rather spend them with. Nobody else in the whole world. Oh boy, that'll land me in hot water when I get back home, won't it? Well, just in case my wife is listening, and you always are, aren't you, baby? Let me tell you, you are the exception, honey, and the prettiest lady I ever saw to boot. But I'd really like to spend some quality time with you listeners, because, tonight's one of those nights. You're sitting in the studio and you kind of forget how long it's been or what day it is. You just sit here and go through the motions. You might as well have been here forever. You keep talking, but you don't even know what you're saying. It's like you're on automatic. You can't stop the ride and get off. It's times like these that I really wish that somebody would just call in and relieve my boredom. How about it? Anybody? Come on now, help a fella out. Our lines are open.
Oh, looks like he's done interviewing the old gods and Barry. Now he's just talking to himself, basically. Let's check in with Mr. Scratch here.
Okay. So this chick just came up to me and said she's my biggest fan. I know. They all say that, right? And she's giving me the eye. So I make a couple of moves. We have a couple of drinks. And then things start happening. But I say I have to go to the bathroom first. Uh-oh, right? She's got no idea. Watch this. This is gonna be priceless.
That's nice.
I thought you'd like that. Are you tense? You feel a little tense.
Maybe a little. I had a crappy day.
Yeah?
Don't worry. It's improving real fast.
Yeah.
Hey, don't stop. It's just getting good.
Watch this. Yeah! Did you see that? Oh man, did you see her? Boom!
More than anything else, that's animals. It's in our nature to imagine, to turn fantasies into legends, to be storytellers. But on a rare occasion, the line between fact and fiction, imagination and reality becomes hopelessly blurred, and nowhere as vividly as in Night Springs.
Just like that. Just murder someone, then watches a TV show. We need to get rid of him, man. But dude, by the time we get into the real world, though, Alan Wake's just gonna be known as a mass murderer. Oh, I bet this is gonna be fun.
Well, this should be perfectly safe.
Why didn't she just come in here and grab the battery? And the spiders again.
Now I just need her to charge this up.
I think they might just keep infinitely spawning in here. This is probably where it would help to have an automatic weapon. But we also have this. Honestly, the flashbang didn't seem to do too much for us there. Alright, let's go charge this. God damn it, there's spiders all over the place. does he keep looking over his shoulder? Where the hell did this one come from? Alright, they're dealt with. Nope.
Found the battery.
Okay, I'll charge it. Here. Try not to get killed.
Okay. I'm gonna take care of this. Try to stay calm.
Look, what if you stay here with me, please?
I'm sorry, but if I don't deal with this, no one else will.
Yeah, I guess. It's just that this is getting really creepy. I believe this is real, but I don't understand any of it. I'm getting scared. I can't believe you're so calm.
I get scared, but I've had a lot of time to get used to it. That helps. The guy who looks like me is the reason this is happening. I caught up with him, but he swept me back here.
Back in time.
Yeah, it's a trap. We'll be doing this forever unless I can break out of it.
How are you gonna do that?
I'm working on it. I came prepared, but things got kind of scrambled when I arrived. I'm tracking down the things I need.
Yeah, well, feel free to climb back into your DeLorean or whatever it is you do.
Be awesome if I had a DeLorean. Alright, let's go blow this up again. I'm pretty sure it plays the Kasabian song every single time you do this, so it'll probably just not be playing me each time we do it because of the copyright. I got like a minor claim on it for when it was playing on the radio in Emma's garage, but it wasn't like blocked in any regions or anything. But that was only just 10 seconds of it. Let's keep going up here. Why do those guys look like the Joker?
Here we go again. Better get ready to run.
Alright, let's put the CD in now. Go, oil rig's dealt with again. We're getting attacked this time. Grab that.
I'll be in trouble. Better hurry.
You gonna be in trouble now, though? Oh yeah, that's right.
This is not the bad thing.
Yeah, this is before it happens. Wait, is this one of the ones that split? Damn it.
okay. It's safe now.
I got a really bad feeling about all of this.
I'm gonna need those keys to the diner now. There's a motel key there that I have to get.
Oh, hey, you don't have to do that. I have the motel master key. I work for the same company, you know. What's at the motel?
Well, there's a dead guy. He's got something I need to get into the Mount Redtooth Observatory.
God, that's awful. Hey, you wanted to know about the guy who looked like you, didn't you?
The last time you said he had a party, but you didn't go.
No, that's not true. I did go. It was really great at first, and then I didn't see it myself, but I hear he turned nasty. He hurt a bunch of guys pretty bad, and there was this girl, she died. But I didn't hear about that until afterwards. I thought that he was so charming.
And then he went to the diner.
That's right. I wasn't involved. I wasn't involved with that at all. I don't know what happened.
Fine. I need to check out these motel rooms. In the meantime, you stay here, okay? I'm serious. Keep the lights on and stay here.
Yeah, okay. You got it. I sure hope you're right about this.
You're gonna stay here this time, right?
Because the last time I didn't, and that thing, whatever it is, happened to me.
Yeah. I don't want you to get hurt again.
Don't worry, I'm gonna stay put. I don't remember what happened exactly, but I learned my lesson.
Good. It doesn't have to happen exactly the same way this time around. You proved that much when you went out and got those things for me. I think you're gonna be okay.
Let's hope you're right.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she was here when she died, so I don't know if staying there's the best choice for her.
No! This wasn't supposed to happen again!
The memory of her own fate haunts Emma Sloan and fills her with dread. This time, she does as she's told. It's not enough to save her.
Well, she died a lot faster this time. But we get to check out what was in this one room now. We skipped this one last time. I don't know if there's actually anything in here, though. Oh, there was flare gun ammo. So never mind. It's better than the other room. The other room was completely empty. Though, I mean, it might have had like a manuscript page or something. But we already have all of them. Alright, let's go get our key here.
It's said that nobody knows what the future might bring, but for this man, it's no longer entirely true. A weaker man might simply give up, but the champion of light is an expert on destiny. Sometimes the puppet and puppeteer can be one and the same. Mount Redtooth, its top littered with man-made eyes that stare into the endless depths of space. Tonight, the champion of light will depend on them to pick out a message from the ether.
Alright, once again, we're at the
As history
observatory.
repeats itself, the man remembers the patterns. He knows that he needs the missing part for the telescope.
That's where the camera should be.
Before we do that, let's check in on our radio here. Wait, are we getting attacked? Whoa. He's throwing our bombs. Oh man, I am stuck in an attack loop. Oh, did he kill his own teammate? Jeez, that got dicey.
Oh, praise be. You guys are coming through for me. A pretty little light just started blinking on my board here, and that means there's a caller out there. You know, when the hours stretch into eternity like this, when it feels like I'm stuck in a rut and just reliving the same endless night over and over again, I feel genuinely touched by someone actually reaching out to me, breaking the monotony. I just want you to know that it really matters to me. Caller, you're on the air.
You suck, Eddie!
Did you know that this is my dream job? True fact.
That was a quick one. Just gets trolled immediately. Right, we can just grab her imaging array right away here. Let's quickly grab this. This was the hunting rifle, right? Yeah, we already have one though. Wait, her car was in a different parking lot before. Oh great, I hear birds. Oh, can't go up that way. Let's just keep going up here. Yeah, I thought her imaging array was behind here before, because we got attacked by all the spiders. Maybe they just put it closer to the entrance so you could pick it up right away. Wait, where's the ammo out here? Must be inside.
It's you! How dare you! No, wait. It isn't you, is it? I suppose you'd better come in. I'll unlock the door.
Thanks.
Alright, things are speeding up at least.
I know what you're thinking. Evil twin, supernatural powers. But most of the time, I just like to keep things basic. I want you to understand that. Like this. Need to get your hands dirty? No batteries, no moving parts, just physics. That's technology you can depend on. It's a classic. Speaking of classics, you need to be careful with this one, though. If the victim suddenly twists, you might end up cutting yourself. It's not really a workhorse, but I'm a sucker for this style. Now this is more like it. You've got slip-resistant grip. Believe me, you really want that traction once you're wrist deep in somebody. The blade's stiff enough so it won't open by accident in your pocket, but it's still really easy to open with just one hand. Now that's a big thing for me. I know what you're thinking. It's too big, too heavy. But sometimes you just need the extra oomph. If you're talking intimidation, this is gonna do the job. Also great for dismemberings and whatnot. You know, the messy jobs. I can't tell you how many things I've MacGyvered with this stuff. Okay, now, guns. Not a big fan. I mean, how are you supposed to really connect with somebody with a bullet? I want you to understand that. I take pride in what I do. We can't both be worthless hacks, can we?
Yeah, I'm sure Alan's taking notes. What is on the screen? He's just explaining how he kills people, how personal it is for him.
You'll have to forgive me, but this feels very strange. It seems like this has all happened before.
I have the replacement part for your telescope, Doctor.
All right. Let's get it installed.
No, I thought we were going up right away. I always forget about this.
I think we can give this a go, although I have this strange feeling that something will
Don't
go
start
wrong.
it up yet. There's a problem with the coolant system.
Yes, that's right. I remember. All right, let me think. If they're sabotaging it, they'll be at the primary coolant pipe outside. If you can secure it, we should be ready to pick up the signal. That is why you're here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'll take care of it.
Before you go, if you have the time, I'd appreciate if you came up here and explained a few things. All of this is very strange to me.
But, I guess. You're gonna be sabotaging the thing, though. I mean, hasn't she figured out we're in a time loop? I mean, this is basic stuff.
Hello.
I don't quite know what's going on, but I seem to remember having had this encounter before.
It's not deja vu, Doctor. This has happened before. We're caught in a time loop.
That's utterly insane. How could that be?
I can't really explain it. I suppose I could call it magic.
I don't believe in magic.
Neither do I, but I can't argue with what I've experienced. Listen, what matters now is the signal. The last time we only caught a part of it. I need the rest of it. Whether you believe me or not, you want to look into this as much as I do, right?
Yes. All right.
I realize that you have trouble believing this.
That's an understatement. I can't deny that what you say resonates with me on some level I don't pretend to understand. But for all I know, I'm simply delusional.
But it's not just you. I've experienced the same thing as you. Doesn't that prove something, at least?
Maybe. On the other hand, given your appearance, and the fact that you're trying to convince me that I'm not insane, perhaps you're merely a hallucination that accompanies my delusions.
You're not having a psychotic episode, Doctor. For what it's worth, I'm a skeptic by nature. I completely understand your reluctance to believe me.
There are people caught so deep in their psychosis that they retroactively manufacture memories and beliefs that conform to the situation at hand.
Sure, but you have to stop second-guessing yourself at some point, if you want to get something done.
No, well, maybe we are just a figment of her imagination. Dude, what if she was the main character all along? Maybe that's what we'll find out in Alan Wake 2. It'll just go to Dr. Hartman's mental home, and she'll just be sitting there at the table imagining all of this. Alright, let's secure the primary pipes. So I don't think it's going to be the same as the last time we were here, where we had messed with 3 of them. But which way are we going now? Can I go down this way? Yeah, there we go. Oh, we're going where they keep knocking out the lights. Oh, he blew up his own teammates again. Wait, did he blow himself up? Because he's still lurking around here somewhere. There he is.
These beings hate the light, am I correct? You should be able to turn on the lights and secure the area that way.
Doctor, can you hear me? I think we're good to go.
All right. I'll start looking for the signal. Please, head back.
think heading back's gonna be as easy as she thinks.
I guess they didn't like that.
Oh, it's not possessed anymore.
Whole damn mountain's trying to kill me.
That was close. Jesus, I didn't even see that. Stop knocking out my lights. I can hear more of them. How's this other grenade guy? Alright, we're in the safety of this place again. Hopefully the lights don't go out.
It's working. Please, come up here.
Surprised he didn't try to bust in again.
Find the signal?
Yes, I don't think it's quite the same thing we had, the last time. Still, we're definitely picking it up.
Are we getting the complete signal now?
I'm afraid not. Take a look at it yourself. I'm printing out a hard copy now. I'd like to ask you a question or two before that, though. If you don't mind.
Why not?
What's on your mind, Doctor?
Most people would find these events extremely disturbing, provided that they survive these creatures, that is. You seem to be quite adept at dealing with the situation. Why is that?
Yes, I was involved in... It's a complex story. I was in this small town, and a horrible thing from another dimension kidnapped my wife and manipulated me into writing this horror story that came true. I learned to fight it with light, and I managed to contain it and free my wife. But I was trapped in its world.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. So, I'm used to reality working in strange or even impossible ways. And I fought these things, not exactly like this, but close enough for a good while now. Of course, I have certain advantages. Was there anything else?
What did you mean when you said you have advantages?
At the risk of sounding like a lunatic, reality is much more fluid than people think. It can be influenced.
I didn't take you for a mystic.
I'm not. I'm a writer. And under certain conditions, I can, for lack of a better word, rewrite reality. Change things.
That's absurd.
But it works.
Assuming I believe this, why don't you simply, I don't know, write yourself some superpowers?
It's not quite that simple. You need to follow certain laws of drama, I suppose. You need to think about consistency and symbolism. Often what you write isn't anywhere near as important as what you imply. There are things out there that will take advantage of your mistakes.
You really believe in this?
Don't look at me like that. You've experienced some of this yourself.
I will gladly admit that something exceedingly strange is going on. But this idea that you're somehow altering reality with your writing is ridiculous. You're essentially saying you're controlling my actions. Leaving aside the rational arguments against this, what gives you the right?
Well, it's more like having a destiny. A path you're on. You're not aware of it, but there it is. If somebody changes it, what difference does it make? It's what every writer does.
If you write something that affects one of the characters, they don't really know about that.
I'm not a character. Are you saying that it's all right to take advantage of someone if they aren't aware of it?
Look, all I meant was that if you're genuinely making all your own decisions, and those decisions lead to whatever destiny you have, what practical difference does it make?
I suppose that depends on whether our destinies are determined by things like physics and probabilities, or natural reality, which is presumably neutral and impartial, or by some kind of an intelligence. If it's the latter, that intelligence makes choices based on some criteria. If we suffer as a result of those choices, there's a moral and ethical element involved, regardless of whether we're aware of its manipulations. Wouldn't you agree?
You're taking this very well. I thought you'd be hangry.
I suppose I would be if I thought you could actually do this.
Well, I guess the less she knows, because we are doing this. I actually didn't even think about it that way. Alan is basically controlling everyone's destinies currently. He's got a huge responsibility on his shoulders. Let's grab this.
Another printout. Another signal fragment. The message is still not complete, but it's another piece of the weapon he has built against his adversary. Mere words on a piece of paper, but in the right hands, they will hold back the darkness. The last time the man came to the drive-in, it did not end well. He hopes to avoid that fate this time. He hopes that what he has brought with him to this place is enough.
Alright, we're at our second drive-in visit, but as you can see, the signal's still not complete, so probably doesn't go well. But yeah, we're probably going to end part 2 here. Yeah, I can't believe I completely forgot that you're kind of in like a time loop in this game, because it's if you weren't, this would be a very short game. But yeah, I mean, it might seem repetitive because of that, but it switches it up, and it's still a pretty fast-paced game that I think it works. But yeah, I don't really have too much to say here because we're not done with this yet, but we're gonna be continuing the second visit. I think there's 3 visits for each location, so the next part might be the finale. It depends how long those takes. I can't imagine it taking much longer than this part, so part 3, that one might be the finale. I know I've said that before, but we'll have to see. But yeah, it's still a really fun game, but I just can't wait to get to Alan Wake 2. I've been so excited for that game for such a long time now. I think the first one came out like 13 years ago, so it took an extremely long time for this to finally happen. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you in part 3.